Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Are important because as we saw in their previous matchup... Oh, hang on.
Hold on. Might not even be double scuttle. It might be a kill on to SaveTap. He's forced to flash.
1xN is going to have to be a big part of their victories. Top side, actually, I'm going to see Hoya tick 6 first
yeah,
to
he
breathe.
is 6 first, forcing that flash himself.
He's looking either to take away this Drake. Yeah, Zhao Hongren fully on vision right now. I don't know if he knows it.
Well, SaveTap has a wave priority, so he's going to actually go in. Stun initially does land onto TN, and he has to use the Audacious Charge to get away. Grand Entrance does knock up 2, and there's a seismic shove come out of the Weaver's wall. Xiaohu comes in first and allows for first blood to be collected by the side of Weibo Gaming. 1xN is to shift away. He's ticking very low, and the wind becomes lightning, comes through. Weibo are on the board. It's 2-0. Lived up to those expectations here in 2025, but if he can deliver in the playoffs, that's what matters most, and that's what he's been able to do with Weibo in the past.
Exactly. Nobody was going to remember what you ended up doing for yourselves during the regular season. If you can get into the playoffs, a deep run especially would be great for Weibo that's in a little bit of a rebuild type split. Not necessarily looking to compete for the title at this point, but hey, you never know. That playoff buff can be massive for some of these teams. Weibo going to pick themselves up all 3 of the grubs right here, and that's huge. You really want grubs onto your Yorick composition, but also picking them up on this game have looked incredibly good.
And now it looks like ThunderTalk want to try to make a play to bounce back a little bit here as Zhao Hongren does go forward with that Grand Starfall. Going to be combined with the Headbutt Pulve, and there's no combination there for Xiaohu this time. Feather going to go...
A Zhao Hongren to get yourself as far ahead as possible. And actually, that Drake wasn't taken off the back of that initial fight won by Weibo, so ThunderTalk going to be able to pick themselves up this one. A single Infernal Drake is pretty nice to be able to grab.
It's a nice way to even things out and stem the bleeding a little. Pretty happy with how things are situated. As long as SaveTap doesn't go down here, as Breathe is actually dishing out a lot of damage. Nice charm from SaveTap is actually going to make sure that your recipe for success is winning out on these 5v5s. Could have backed out a little bit differently. As we're seeing another usage of that Grand Starfall from Zhao Hongren, as we see the Headbutt Pulve also land onto Light, who has to pop the Feather Storm, but SaveTap's going to flash forward, not find the charm though, as the drag back will find 2. And now Tian is hunting for a little bit of a trade as Weaver's wall comes out from Xiaohu. Feather, very low, should be going down. First kill in the fight for Weibo. Now Zhao Hongren has to flash over, going to be immediately matched by Breathe, and Weibo are going to try to chase him down in a 3v1 situation. No more summoner spells available for Zhao Hongren. Xiaohu flashes in, going to try to find that seismic shove, combined with the decimating smash means that it's another 2 kills. Try to find more advantages, and with Hoya, also a champion that can perform in the late game. Trying to stall this one out for ThunderTalk could be big, which is why they want to make sure that they have that early dragon lead despite the Goldie going over, but Weibo dumps over the wall. Tian not able to get the smite though, as Zhao Hongren will collect the second Drake of the game. Now Era goes forward with the quickness, but he's immediately headbutted away. Feather with a 3-man pulverize, and there's the true shot barrage here from 1xN. Almost takes down Era. He's forced to shift over the wall. Now Zhao's in some trouble as SaveTap's looking to chase him down. So far, no kills going over, but here comes Zhao Hongren. That is going to be the Grand Starfall over to lock down Tian. Already Xiao has gone down. ThunderTalk finding the fight right back, getting the dragon and 2 more kills.
There we go, ThunderTalk. That's the kind of that they make this decision, because all of that early gold that they were able to pull for themselves, they begin to lose a big chunk of that gold lead. In fact, with that tower going down as well, the gold lead is
like 30% HP. Hunting his way down here with that Grand Starfall, but it resulted in them picking up a couple more kills. And for ThunderTalk to now find themselves just 300 gold down and setting themselves up around this Rift Herald. If they pick this up, it'll be feats of strength in totality going over to them, and Weibo want to try to put a stop to it, but Feather's doing a really nice job boxing him out. A teleport comes in. It's going to be Breathe joining the fight. Right into the pit he goes, and Feather's bought so much time with the Unbreakable Will that the seismic shove has come in. Zhao Hongren has been caught out. He uses the agents trying to keep himself alive, but he will drop to Tian, and Breathe is going to flash on the wall, look to continue the assault. Unstoppable Onslaught comes through. There's the Weaver's wall in from Zhao, but Feather cancels it and makes sure that he is the lone sacrifice in keeping his carries alive, at least for now. 1xN and SaveTap hunting under the tier 1 turret. They're looking to try to defend their lives. SaveTap doing a ton of damage with that Spirit Rush, and the charm does land onto Xiaohu, and the turret is heating up, but it's not nearly enough to take anybody down on Weibo Gaming. So despite the Rift Herald and the feats of strength going over ThunderTalk, Weibo pick up 3 kills, and it could be a 4th. SaveTap in some trouble. Tian dashes over the wall and will find his mark on the Nine-Tailed Fox.
And the key factor in this fight, the key difference between...
Even though they don't mean that they have to give up this dragon.
Yeah, Weibo just going to get towards this one much, much quicker. We'll have a quick replay of what it is that ended up happening. Yeah, he takes the ulti to try to get away, but Setab sniffs that one out and is able to go and help give that kill over to 1xn later on. Would be unkillable. You know, there's absolutely nothing you can do at that point to keep yourself alive.
Oh, he's completely caught out. It's Era will jump in as well. 3 talent strike lands in, but Feather is here to peel away. Weaver's wall coming through to try to block away Ari from the rest of his team. The Unbreakable Will, not so unbreakable here. In a 1v4, it's Feather going down and Weibo getting right back on the board.
It's unfortunate for Feather to have to pay for the sins of his mid laner, and because you lose that support, it's going to be straight on down towards the Atakan for the members of Weibo. Xiaohongren is in the area, doesn't have the ulti available to him. It'll be real risky to try to steal that one away, so he just leaves this one alone, and it's going to be the Atakan picked up for Weibo. As much as Thunder Talk are finding ways.
As now Weibo are looking for a play onto Hoya in a 2v1 setting. They land the slow onto him as well. I think Hoya is not going to be in a great position, but Xiaohongren has arrived, and it looks like they do want to fight this out for Thunder Talk, and it forces Breathe to use that unstoppable onslaught defensively.
Yeah, you don't really want to be using that as a defensive tool. That's now 2 of those ultis in a row used to get away from people. Thunder Talk, they keep the pressure up. You can see Xiaohongren perfectly happy to keep stepping up in this situation. Now, Erha is waiting in the wings, as is Feather. These supports very much looking to potentially find a fight right now. We've got a minute until the next...
The teleport has come in from Breathe. This Scion is a very beefy boy, and in comes Xiao with the Weaver's Wall. 1xn forces shift away. Setab running the wrong direction, away from the rest of his team, and that means that it's right now Thunder Talk sequestered and separated, and in a 4v5 situation, Feather going to be the sacrifice once more, as the Thunder Talk support will fall for the 3rd time this game. As
Chase was able to just keep dashing away, but they're still able to turn that one around, pick themselves up their kill onto Feather. And like you said, without the support, there's no real hope to be able to fight onto this one. A second Mountain Drake is going to be picked up here for Weibo, and this extra armor stacking, this extra resist that you're going to be getting right here for Weibo is huge. Yeah, a little bit close composition that they have, right? Pantheon only going to get weaker at this point in the game.
And he's already behind in gold to Tien as well, as the one champion that has scaled for Thunder Talk is Hoya, who is dishing out a ton of damage on this Yorick pick, forcing Breathe to flash away.
About 40 seconds time.
Oh, Feather might have been caught out once again, gets knocked up, forced to pop that Unbreakable Will, and now Thunder Talk know that they have to go in. They go in for Tien, who pops the Crescent Guard just in the nick of time, but Setab comes in with a Spirit Rush into that zone, and will take him down. Xiaohongren just jumps in straight to his doom. That is going to be light to get the kill on the Setab on the back end of things, making it a 2-for-1 overall so far. Breathe dashing in with that unstoppable onslaught and forcing 1xn to shift away. Weibo Gaming somehow... that is around the Baron, which has just spawned. And now it's going to be Weibo looking for a fight with the Weaver's Wall coming through from Xiao. Feather already being chunked very low, has to flash over the Raptor pit, but will end up surviving for now. Era going for Hoya immediately with the quickness, but does not find the charm, and that is the ultimate, and a lot more cooldowns utilized already by the Weibo Gaming support. Nobody on Thunder Talk has died just yet, and Feather...
It's going to be Soul if you can pick it up right here.
Oh, Xiaohongren, he jumps in, the Dragon's already at 4,000 HP, jumping in onto Light, but look at Free with the unstoppable onslaught. He's found one, and a 2-man seismic shove comes through from Xiaohu. Hoya will fly. There's the Dragons at 2,000 HP. Who's gonna get it? It's secured by the
side
of Thunder Talk. Xiao Hongren somehow is able to pick it up, and 1xN is still alive, kiting out the entirety of Weibo. Getting out to Tian. 1xN is popping off. True Shot Barrage does not find its mark on a Xiaohu, and Thunder XN, now with no mana, is gonna have to try to get out of this one in a very tough situation. He flashed away for the quickness, but will still get charmed up by Era, and the killing blow is imminent, and Light will pick it up. Satab, the last remaining survivor here for PTT, and even though they're able to pick up the dragon and deny the soul, they're gonna lose a whole lot more in terms of those kills with Breathe running him down.
Zetab just gonna have to keep running away from this one, but this is just time being wasted right now. 15 seconds until Xiao Hongren is gonna be back up and available. 40 seconds until 1xN. The push coming through right here for the members of Weibo. Don't know if they're gonna be able to end the game, but with the teleport coming in, it looks like they want to try.
They desync the back timers so much, it's gonna be a 3v5. Once Breathe is able to get into here, as the minions will start to crash into these Nexus turrets. And Thunder Talk will have one last stand here at this game number 1. Feather's already gone in. Already another seismic shove connecting onto Hoya. He goes down before anything can be said about it. And Xiao Hongren and Feather are the last remaining ones alive. 1xN's up in 6, but it will be too little, too late here in game number 1. Weibo coming out firing, making sure that everybody knows that they are here to play in the play-in stage, taking game 1 in 37 minutes.
Be the Weibo victory that we were expecting coming into today, right? We know how strong these guys can be. Here is sort of a toss-up between Xiao Hongren flying in with the ulti and the culling from the Lucian. Everything else they're going to be very short range, dragging you into where Weibo want to be playing as well. And the ultis available to you are huge. Anytime that you could steal away this hero's entrance especially, that just means you can follow the map movement. Xiaohu.
Look at Satab. I see you, Satab, doing some damage with the laning phase grass procs, forcing Xiao to below 100 HP.
Survivability, the sustainability that he has.
Oh
my god.
Look at the buffer. Going through that Justice Punch to land the Abscond of Duck. Who had those semi-global ultimates to respond too easily. And they have it again now with Xiaohu on this Galio, but not right now, as it is still level 4 on his mid laner. However, it's still going to be a dive imminent here for Weibo Gaming. They're going on to 1xN, Tian flashes over the wall, and with the cannon form that Era's picked up, meaning that the tower can continuously be aggroed. Feather is going to drop as well, and a beautifully juggled turret dive successful.
Composition. And the amount of multi-man stuns you can get through can be huge.
Whoa,
oh boy.
Wow.
Yep. That's the other thing, right?
Just like that. Era down for the count here in the 2.
To picked it up onto 1xN. Now a gank into the mid lane. Xiaohu.
Taunted up is Satab. He's going to continue to dash forward as Xiao Hongren, adding a little bit of extra damage.
You can see Satab just using as much of this lane priority as he can. You don't get yourself that kill though, and now you know where Xiao Hongren is. Tian and the squad of Weibo head straight over on towards this Drake. Are going to be able to grab this one mostly. The slow from Ocean is huge though, and Xiao Hongren is here.
He's actually jumped in at an HP advantage. It will be a 2-for-1, now a 3-for-1, as it does force Xiao to use that hero's entrance over, but that is
a little bit late to these grubs without grabbing that turret plate. Still, it isn't going to be started up by either. Now, Xiao Hongren going to start this one. Tian hovering in the area too. Xiao, who doesn't have the ulti.
But there's a really good angle for a tidal wave if he wants to use it here as the grubs continue to tick lower. The first one secured by Tian. Now Hoya coming in. The big tidal wave does knock up 2, and Era's at 300 HP. Still have 2 grubs up. Hoya flashing in, trying to find the stun, but he's not going to find enough. Cyclone comes through, and the kill will go over to Light at second of the game, as it'll be another grub picked up by the side of Weibo Gaming.
Weibo that we were really hoping to see, right? The Weibo that can go toe-to-toe. Now they're going to look for a play onto Satab. He's got flash.
And Tian steals, has the Cyclone stolen away from him, I should say, so gonna provide a little bit of extra utility. Xiaohu still gonna land that knock up to the Justice Punch, and Tian dashes forward and picks up a kill with a crushing blow. Falling behind to Tian, who now has a full Trinity Force, and 1xN has not had himself a good go of things as well. And Tian continuing to make his impact known across the map as he's looking for a play onto Hoya, who pops the Dominus, but is just not gonna be tanky enough to survive the might of the top side of Weibo.
Right here from Tian, he's having a heater at the moment all across the map, making his presence known. Now, without anybody to respond to this top lane play, I mean, that's going to be really rough going on. And again, another play. Satab jumping a little bit too far forward, potentially. Erha and Xiaohu doing a lot of damage. They don't have enough between them to be able to pick up the kill.
Zaytab, again, was able to survive a little bit, and now looks like Thundertalk are going to try to make a play on the top side. Breathe does not have an ultimate. He lands the Antofo strikes, though, onto 2 and sends them all the way back, and now it's going to be forced the flash out of Zhao Hongren. Eventually, the damage will be enough to take up the kill on the Cassandra, but he bought up so much time, and it should mean a free dragon picked up for Weibo in response.
I can understand why you just go towards the top side right now. You're not winning in these 4v4, 3v3 skirmish at the moment for Thundertalk. So instead, head top side, pick yourself up a kill. You've still got another 2 minutes of turret plating left as well. So they're going to be able to pick up a decent amount of those. In fact, teleport going to come through as well. They're looking to grab this tower. They potentially want to grab this as first tower. There are multiple members of Weibo hitting onto this bot lane. It's a little bit of a tower race at the moment.
I don't know if they get it. I mean, the grub advantage is already in favor of Weibo. They have just a little bit more damage to do right now. It should be the first tower going over to Weibo if they can finish this one off. The wave is thinning out. Oh man, it's actually a bit of a close race. Here we go. Another wave crashing in. It's going to be Weibo to secure it. That's grub diff right there, baby.
Yeah, that's exactly right. One more grub, you can get yourself that level 16. You've got a couple options to play around, but yeah, you're not there yet.
Thundertalk still in some trouble, most notably again here for Zaytab. He uses the all-out to try to get over the wall, but he just does not have enough distance. As Tien once again coming in for a big...
They do have the Herald up and available. Zhao Hongren has started it up, but isn't able to take it down anywhere near far enough. And Weibo, they bring in the cavalry.
Yeah, they've already chunked out 1xN to relatively low HP margins. He's about 3/4 HP now as the Rift Herald is now at 4,000 HP. Hoya has come in looking to try to join the fight, but Weibo are still so much stronger. But it is going to be Zhao Hongren to lock up the Herald, but not the Eye just yet, as it's a big heal coming through from Hoya. They send the Era over the wall with the Blast Cone. Pop Blossom going to come in, only locking down 1, but Hoya is going to be the target. Weibo trying to chase him down underneath the tier 1 turret. They go. But now the question is, can Thundertalk get the Eye? I don't think they will, unless they want to sacrifice his life for it. And it's not a worthy price, at least for the moment. So back Thundertalk go. They're going to try to protect this tier 1 tower. A teleport is available for Hoya if he wants to rejoin the fight. The question is, will it be fast enough? Zhao gets locked up by that Aqua Prison and is forced to flash away. And Thundertalk actually coming out on top so far. But the question is, can they find any kills? As Weibo looking more for the defensive, but instead of a death brush here, Zaytab going to get caught out by Tien. Light going to dish out a lot of damage here with those double ups as well. It is going to be nobody dropping so far, with Zhao Hongren now looking to try to cut people off here. Going into the Raptor pit. They jump in. They might have found Light. He still has both of his summoner spells available, so will not be targeted very much. Zaytab going with the Abscond Abduct. How has nobody died? Zaytab, a 4-man Pop Blossom, has still not found a single kill. The bullet time will reign in and find it under the Silas. And overall, just anything. And now Weibo have the advantage around the dragon as they can start this one up and potentially pick up soul point for themselves.
Weibo once again in full control of the map. Zhao Hongren is just taking his red buff at the moment. Doesn't feel like he can go compete for this one. Like you said, that's going to be soul point now picked up for Weibo. Despite the fact they've got the slightly better composition, once we get into the mid to late game, they just haven't been able to find themselves these big early game plays that they're really looking for. That fight was so on a nut. See, a lot of skill shots missing at the moment though, otherwise the engage might have already come through.
And Zhao Hongren flashed away. Oh, that's an Aqua Prison onto Eraha, and that means 1xN able to shut him down. There's a stolen away Galio ultimate as well. The bullet time gonna do some work though, and pick up the first kill onto Hoya, and Zhao Hongren's the next to follow. Zhao picks up a 2-man taunt. Feathers locked up, gonna maybe be taken down, but 1xN still doing his best. The Antofo strikes fine 1xN, but it's not enough damage to take him down. Weibo still go 2 for 1 though, and will gain priority in the mid lane. And Tien dashes in and picks up a kill onto the Lucian.
No wave clear left available. We're gonna jump out of this one though, straight into another fight.
Otacon has been started by Thundertalk. They're feeling a little desperate at this point, trying to utilize the Death Ball before they get outscaled, but it might have already happened here. Tien going over the wall with the Blast Cone, has a really nice flank angle and already Breathe, walking down Zaytab and forcing him into a bit of a predicament. However, now it's going to be the Xante focused out and taken down. This is shutdown going the way of Zhao Hongren. So it's a 5v4 over onto the map as the Otacon still has not been unreset. And it's at 6,000 HP. Tien can still jump in to try to pick up a steal. Light still has the blow time. It has just come off of cooldown. Zaytab has one of his own as he's stolen away with the hijack. Health bar still on Weibo's side. Zaytab is going to jump in. Go in with a Pop Blossom. Lockdown 3, but the damage is still not nearly enough. Light will survive. And then will be Tien trying to lock this down. Otacon belongs to Weibo. Game 2 in the hands of Weibo as well, as they'll try to pick up another kill on a Feather. And there'll be sushi on the menu for Weibo Gaming.
Yeah, they're going to be able to pick themselves up the
as Weibo Gaming looking to put themselves in a 2-0 position in this best of 5. They want to make sure they do not miss the postseason. And it looks like they know that this is potentially already in their hands. Tab
Group Nirvana next time around as well, which just sucks to have happen. Weibo, they're looking to make that happen right now. Air goes in.
Pop Blossom lands on Hoya. That's all it's going to take as the Renekton is once again down for the count. It's been a tough game for Hoya so far. He's 0-5-1 on the Crocodile, and with the 4v5, it'll be Weibo heading over to the Baron with not much Thunder Talk can do about it, unless it's just a bait. It was! On the Feather, they go with a Cyclone, and Tian's able to click it up nearly by himself. And that's
to
another
steal Tian on 100% kill participation right here. He's been an absolute menace in this game on the Wukong. Everything runs through him when it comes to Weibo. And Zhao Hongren, he's attempting to get himself into this pit, wants to find a miracle steal, but he's going to be chased out of the pit. Erha will find onto him. And this Neferi isn't even strong enough to go and try to kill this support. Zhao, who is the backup needed as well. Zhao Hongren just going to walk away from this one, and it's going to be Baron secured right here for Weibo. This game is fully in the base, and most likely this second game.
And this is what happens for Thunder Talk, right? You pick an early game composition, you don't win the early game. That means that things don't normally go too well for you afterwards. It's Weibo.
Well, we saw it in the previous game too, where you were constantly ending up with a Scion or a Talia into the backline as well. Good bubble onto Tian means he takes a decent chunk of damage, but it's really hard to kill the Wukong because you could just do that and grab your clone that can block up all of the damage from the culling. And now the siege really going to come through. You've got a push going on in the mid lane and the bot lane. Nothing in the top side. They don't have multiple waves to play through, but it doesn't even look like they need it right now.
Yeah, merely a formality at this point for this game to be in favor of Weibo. Era has stolen away the cannon minion form. I mean, Tab knows it, but still can't do anything about it because he's just so weak compared to what this Nico does have in store. Speaking of weak, Zhao Hongren is just that as Tian will claim yet another victim. His 9th kill of the game as he maintains that 100% KP. And now it is one last ditch effort here for Thunder Talk. Tab does find a big Pop Blossom, but he just does absolutely no damage at this point. All the ultis are landing, but it's not meaning a damn thing against the might of Weibo Gaming's composition.
There's nothing Thunder Talk can do right now. Multiple Baron empowered cannon minions just chunking through their towers. You see, there's the wave coming in from the bot side as well. Feather, 1xN Hoya, they're going to need a miracle right now. Erha into the backline.
Yeah, and that should just do it. It's going to be Hoya picking up 1 kill on the lights, but still 4 members of Weibo Gaming strong. Baron buff in their hands, and it should be enough for them to open up this Nexus and send Thunder Talk down to match point. It's Weibo jumping up 2-0.
10-0-12 right there for Tian. 100% kill participation.
Up against Fun Plus Blaze when he was with this Thunder Talk B team. He did do very well on it, and I think he's had a bit of a history for himself on it. 8-5 overall on
He's going to be able to walk topside and grab that scuttle. You can see pings going down potentially from the members of Weibo.
And actually, yeah, Tian's going to just run straight up there, secure the double scuttle for himself without even touching his top side quadrant. And Zhao Hongren instead opting to go for camp, says, whoa! Yo! There goes Era. First blood picked up for Thunder Talk as he just gets bursted into smithereens. Feather could look for another dredge line here as Light has to flash away from that.
Yeah, we were oh, hang on, Tian. Does he just go for this one?
Oh, flashes away from Tab. Really nicely done. Zhao Hu jumps forward, gonna try to lock down some last-minute damage. Flashes in and picks up the kill. And now Zhao Hongren gonna try to follow up with a flash of his own. The W is gonna come in. The E gonna do some extra damage, and the Kindred is on the board. What is this game?
Wait,
Brawling
he doesn't get it.
Across the
map,
and it's Hoya who survives the stop.
Hooks landing.
Tab looking to get aggressive, but he's going to get immediately matched here by Tian, who pops that steadfast presence and makes sure that he cannot use the public execute.
Step up, 4th throw up to the face for Zhao Hongren. The hook doesn't quite land, and that should dissuade any increased aggression right here.
Actually, yeah, it's going to be Feather stunned up here by the Winter's Bite. Zhao's on the way, so they want to long play this one. 1xN dissuading them a little bit with that piercing arrow, but they landed on the Winter's Bite onto the Varus. And will force 1xN to back and Feather to play more defensively. As a Death Rush has been set up here. Feather going to try to face check it with the sweeper. Will end up spotting everybody here on Weibo and has to flash on out. But now, a lot of damage has already been issued onto Tian, and Tab dashes forward and picks up the kill onto the Weibo jungler. So 1-0 so far opened up for Thunder Talk, and Zhao Hu on the wrong side of the wall might have to be a bit creative in terms of escaping here, as now it is Light and Weibo trying to push forward despite being a man down, as Zhao Hongren, now hitting level 6, has arrived to the fray and will start up these grubs.
Yeah, despite the fact that both top laners have got teleport available to them, nobody really looking to move, and Thundertalk finally get themselves involved in a grub fight. We've seen they were only able to pick up one for themselves across the course of the previous 2 battles. They're going to be able to grab at least 2 right here. Looks like the third will be grabbed by Weibo. You just don't have the numbers to really keep it up, as Tian's been able to respawn and get back involved in this game. But Tian has also now died for the first time in 2 games, as was just stealing away a camp for the heck of it.
Worlds comes out onto 1xN. Xiao actually chunking out this Varus very heavily, forcing the Chain of Corruption in onto Tien, but now might have gone a little bit too far forward. The Deadly Flourish only lands onto the Nautilus, but in comes Breathe, finding the kill onto 1xN, forcing Xiao and Ren to flash away, and gonna be the explosive cast actually sending Tien straight into the Kindred. And here comes Satab, gonna flash forward the public execution, gonna go way too far forward, and just get instantly 100-0'd. Xiao and Greg gonna have to pop that Lance Respite, but he dies with the ultimate still up. Everybody just falling for Thundertalk as their lead is evaporating before their eyes as Weibo find 3 free kills.
Yikes, Thundertalk, like I said, the early lead that had been found begins to fall. Good hook onto Xiao Hu. Ignite goes down. Actually, 1xN, if he finds the piercing arrow, gets this kill. Oh, good flash out of Xiao Hu.
Yeah.
Not that long of a cooldown, you know? It's not a 10-minute cooldown, right? You can pop it potentially to try to keep 1xN alive, allow him to do a little bit of extra damage on the back end of that team fight. Isn't able to do so, and yeah, so far it's been a little bit rough. Setab 1 and 3 at the moment, down by a little bit of CS as well, having a pretty bad time of it. Still, you've got leads in your bottom lane, even across the jungle as well. And that first Drake is fine. Over Weibo, they haven't been able to establish themselves a lead so far. They are going to look for a play onto Hoya, who gets stopped. Oh,
yeah, steadfast presence from Tien already providing so much value, and it forces Hoya down. Breathe gets another kill. And wants something. He's able to finally get another mark for himself, but the Deadly Flourish is going to slow him down. Meanwhile, on the backside of things, it is going to be Tien chunked down to half HP with the Chain of Corruption already utilized by 1xN. Nothing to...
That's what you need for Thundertalk right now. If you want any hope of being able to win this game, send us on to a game number 4. They're also going to move their way up towards the Rift Herald. In the previous game, they were able to grab the Rift Herald, but not the Eye. Didn't find the fight after either. So let's see if this could be a little bit better for Thundertalk. They're in a slightly stronger position than they were in the previous game, at least.
Satab had to get over the wall there as the Rift Herald's now at 4,000 HP. Tien has that Keeper's Verdict. Can he find it onto the Kindred? No, can instead try to find Satab, but does not connect. And now it's going to be the depth charge in. Satab going for the public execution. He uses it defensively instead of finishing off a kill. But it will be the Rift Herald secured by Xiao Hongran. But the curtain call has been opened up. Light finds the first shot onto Feather, and it'll be a kill to put himself in a safer position to dash away and to kind of take himself out of the fight. Could it be worth it, though, for Thundertalk, as Xiao's already forced the flash away, and it will be the first tower picked up for the side of TT, so they are starting to get some things across the map. And his feats of strength stall the soul, but potentially could set up a fight now that could be advantageous for the side of Thundertalk, who have kept things close continuously. Tien hunting, waiting to go over the wall with the blast gun, but Xiaongren already bursting this down very quickly. Tien's gonna have to get in there to try to steal it away, and he does so! Just yoinks it from underneath Xiaongren's arm. Make sure he was comfortable in a potential clinching scenario, and now it's gonna result in 1xN being the target here. The 4th shot not even necessary, as Xiaohu will pick up kill number 9 overall for Weibo game.
Here on this bomb. The Unbreakable is just doing so much work for him. All of the poke from 1xN doesn't land. Xiao Hongren also not able to do anywhere near as much damage. Like you said, oh boy, it's going to be this. Atakan started up here for Thundertalk. They know. Weibo know. This is so risky.
And it's taking so long for them to even get it anywhere close to being dead. It's at 5,000 HP, but already Tien's in a good position to try to yeet somebody away with the Keeper's Verdict. Gonna use it to just knock away Feather and force a 4v4 situation until Light arrives. 2,000 HP. It's gonna be a flip. Will it go over?
Oh,
no, it is Weibo who secure the Otacon. And the Land's Rest has already come out for Xiao Hongren. Xiaohu and the rest of Weibo have the HP advantage, but here comes the re-engage. Depth charge forcing Tien to flash on out, but the curtain call has been unlocked. Feather getting targeted. The 3rd shot, the 4th will not connect, but Breathe get the kill on Hoya on the backside of things. And Satab is super disconnected from the rest of his team. Going to try to find Light in some sort of 1v1 trade. He will be able to get it, but he will go down in response as Light
chase him around. It would have eventually killed him no matter what. As we jump out of that replay, we are going to head straight on into the soul point being picked up right here for Weibo. They are up by 5,000 gold in this. Are going to have their series cut short right here.
Oh, Satab, he was spotted out by that sweeper of Tien. Now going to be forced to fight out a 1v2, but he does not win those at all. Xiaohu getting another one.
And available. Thundertalk can grab themselves the Baron, find a team fight around that. Maybe that's a good
nice
pick.
combo from Hoya. It forces Xiao to go golden, but he's able to generate so much distance. The Between Worlds going to keep him alive for now. And now here comes the follow-up. Seitab not even able to pick up the kill onto Xiao until the Storm Surge comes through. It's a 3-for-1 with the curtain call forcing out Xiao Hongren. A fourth one finds 1xN.
With the explosive cast, but unfortunately, Xiao Hu's the target you pick up with the flash, with the Between Worlds, with all of the invisibility that this champion has. More than easy enough. Xiao Hongren, he tries for one final steal, but he's just going to get knocked up. Has to use the ulti. Don't even know if that's going to save him necessarily. Breathe. Yeah, is just going to be able to land that accelerated shock blast to pick up that kill. Maybe a delayed ace right there, and the Baron to follow. Weibo Gaming. This one is all but done. So unfortunate for them. You predicted Thundertalk coming in with your predictions.
What a miracle for Thundertalk. It's been the case going into this game in terms of the series, and now in terms of this game, you know, at this point, 28 minutes into this one, Xiao Hongren trying to find a little bit of gold on the top side of the map, but he's leaving the rest of his team to fend for themselves with a Baron up minion wave in both mid and bot. Gonna lock down these inhibitors sooner rather than later. So it looks like Thundertalk gonna try to find a response. They find the Chain of Corruption and Era, but there's just not enough damage for Seitab to finish anybody off. Tian dashes forward. They're gonna try to find the kill to 1xN, and that's just gonna be all too easy, and that's gonna be the game. Xiaohu picks up a double kill, and Weibo Gaming hunting for the win.
They're going to be able to push through. Mid lane inhibitor falls, bot lane inhibitor falls as well. And there's a ton of these Baron empowered minions pouring into the base. 4 of the cannon minions taking down these towers, taking down the last remnants of Thundertalk's split 2 here in the LPL. It's rough, but Weibo, they've just been better today.
I mean, it's going to come down to some sort of miracle. They root up Xiao Hongren with a deadly flourish. He still has the Land's Rest, but the Nexus is William the target instead. The sleeping giant has awoken as Weibo Gaming are going to be up firing for the postseason. They 3-0 Thundertalk, and will punch their ticket to playoffs.
It's not close. It's not close at all. Even in this game, we'll see when the gold graph pops up.